Yeah, hello guys. Welcome once more to Omkarapathshala. Uh, Today we have the management of Supriya Lifesciences Ltd. They have come out with their IPO of their company. So it is a very exciting time for them, as well as it'll be a very good energetic discussion for us as well. It's for the first time that we are also interacting with them, so a lot of things for us also to learn and understand. Just to uh, give a disclaimer. We have no commercial or any sort of interest in hosting the management. It is just purely and purely for the knowledge session for all the investors to really understand what Supriya Life Sciences Limited is all about. Welcome, Mr. Wag and Saloni. Welcome to this discussion.
Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for having us.
Yeah, sir, just to start off, एक बार के लिए, can you just take us through the brief on the IPO so that everyone knows what the IPO is all about?
So, the total IPO size is about 700 crores.
Right.
Out of the 700 crores, 500 crores is an offer for sale by the promoter, and the 200 crores is a primary issue. So, that is the total IPO structure that we currently have.
Right, and approximately what will be the post-money market cap at this valuation?
The post money market cap would be something around 2,200 crores. Yeah.
Okay, perfect, perfect. Great, sir. Sir, let's kick off the discussion to understand, आपका history, where did you come from? I think it's a first generation entrepreneur business. Can you just help us understand, how long back did you start? What was the genesis of this business? If we can just start with that, then it'll be great to take the discussion further.
Yeah, thanks for giving time
Yes.
and opportunity also.
Yeah.
I'll just give you a brief of mine. See, I started my journey in 1977 when I passed my Bachelor of Science from Mumbai University with distinction in first class. After passing, I wanted to do something of my own, but you must understand, before doing something, I should take some experience.
Right.
So I went to my maternal uncles who were already into pharmaceutical industry, and I joined them in 77 with a very small amount of money. Those days I was getting 110 rupees salary and 8 rupees second class pass. That's my career. I used to stay in Jogeshwari, and their plant was in Ambernath. So western to central was the traveling. 77 to 79 I was with them. In 79, they decided to start a new manufacturing site as they were getting affected by Dr. Datta Samant, the labor union leader, who was spreading their legs and wings in the industrial areas nearby Mumbai. So they decided to go to Chiplun. Now,
Right.
Chiplun is 210 kilometers from Mumbai.
Right.
It has three industrial areas called Kherdi, Ganekhatpuli, and Lote Parshuram. Now, Lote Parshuram is today one of the biggest chemical manufacturing hub where big companies like Garda, Excel Industries, US Vitamin, Vinati Organics, so many more organizations are there. Recently, even I'm very happy to say, Coca-Cola has taken huge land and they are starting a plant.
Okay. Okay.
Now, when I went there, we started two manufacturing sites, one at Gane Khadpuli, one at Lote Parshuram. I gained all the experience of starting a plant from basic like selection of the land and then construction, erection of the machinery, testing of the equipments, and then testing the raw material, qualifying the plant. All these when I did, even including the statutory things like the pollution control board consent. After that, the drug license. Everything I got the knowledge in 1986, and I left them with that time I was drawing 1140 rupees, and then I decided to do of my own. I came to Mumbai. I come from a middle class family. My father was working with the public relation manager in an American company called Firestone Tire and Rubber Company. We were five brothers and sisters. My father was going to retire in 1990. He was getting 3.8 lakhs rupees as his provident fund and gratuity. So you can understand the money which I got is 35,000 rupees to start a plant. Now, that was only possible at Lote Parshuram because the land was 2 rupees 50 paisa per square meter. So I took 4,000 square meter that cost me 10,000 rupees. Now, Maharashtra State Financial Corporation, I took 3,80,000 rupees, and my bank is Saraswat Cooperative Bank, 3,35,000 working capital. Very happy to say, in my 34 years of my entire career, I still remain with my bankers. the Saraswat Cooperative Bank. I went up to 118 crores of funded, non-funded facilities. And when I saw in the last 6-7 years a money in the books, I went to the bank and I returned the entire money of the facilities. Today what we have is just the packing credit for export and the working capital, that is the export bill discounting. That's all. Then I started my factory in 1987. I was not knowing what to do in pharmaceutical industry because I had given a mandate, and the understanding was with my maternal uncles that I will not do of their own products what they manufacture. So I started with dioctyl sodium sulfosuccinate. Is a wetting agent widely being used in the textile industry. Some of my friends and my youngest maternal uncle helped me to start this manufacturing. Then I started selling in the Indian, in Mumbai in the textile mills, as well as in Rajasthan, Pali, Balotra, Jodhpur, Jaipur, and some parts of the south in Erode. But in 1990 again, the Samant started closing down the entire mills. It was a big help for me. I decided to go back to the pharmaceutical industry again. I met Professor M.M. Sharma, who was a good friend of mine, who was the chairman of UDCT, the prestigious research institute. He introduced to me Dr. S.S. Karmarkar, who was the last plant director of Ciba-Geigy in India. With the help and the blessings of Dr. S.S. Karmarkar, I came in 1992 in pharmaceutical industry, and we started manufacturing chlorpheniramine maleate, which is widely being used as anti-allergic, antihistamine. And with this product, with the capacity of 500 kilos, we soon went to 2,500 kilos, we went to 10,000 kilos. Today we are the largest in the world, 35,000 tons per month. This is the size of the capacity. Now while doing, I was regularly going to China for buying my raw materials, and I could understand that Chinese were asking chlorpheniramine maleate because they also have two manufacturers, but they work hardly 6 months in a year, and the Chinese formulation big plants always cater to the tender business outside the world. They wanted chlorpheniramine maleate and they wanted me to register the product. So this is how 14 years back my first product chlorpheniramine maleate was registered, with paying 25 lakhs of rupees as a fees to Chinese CFDA and 25 lakh rupees towards the translation. This is how we entered China. We could understand the Chinese market very well. Today we are almost registering 7 APIs in China, because I was always telling my team that when you sell China, that means the world entire market is open for you. Today the cost of registration in China is very high. It costs 1 crore rupees for just registration with Chinese NMPA CFDA, and 1 crore goes in the translation. But confidently we are going ahead with registration of 7 APIs. Now while doing this, when I came in 1992, it was 80 HSC income tax exemption. So that was in my mind that I must earn the valuable foreign exchange for this country and I should be in the exports. So that was the main motto. I continue till this date in the exports. We manufacture currently almost 38 APIs and are present in 86 countries. We have 1300 clients all over the globe. Now while doing, you must understand, you must strengthen your regulatory, which I learned a lot. The entire regulatory team works round the clock. In a year, we do roughly around about 225 to 250 audits, then post-audit, pre-audit, and then the post-audit. It's a continuous process. Very proud to say 3 times US FDA approved site. There are hardly few plants in India where the Chinese NMPA has audited. In 2019, with a short notice of 15 days, 8 inspectors from China came for audit, and I must say we qualified for that. It took 6 to 7 months for us to submit our CAPA, but after that we were approved by the Chinese CFDA. That means we understood what are the rules and the regulations are required for the Chinese authorities for the plant to run. So this is how I have been in the last 34 years in the company. I was strengthening the company by bringing good people from bigger organizations. We have a research and development also, almost 28 people working round the clock. We also strongly believe on environment. We were small, we came from small to middle, but we focused on EHS. Today we have 17 lakh liter bioreactors. We have ME, ATFD. So you can understand that we are so cautious as far as the environment is concerned. Recently, we have made another 215 KLD plant. The earlier plant was 325 KLD. So this is how the expansion is an ongoing and a continuous process which is happening in Supriya Lifescience Limited. Currently, we are having a very big warehouse, 50,000 square feet. We have very big R&D, 10,000 square feet each floors. So this is how we are strengthening. While doing this, I was always thinking that I should bring my second generation, and I'm very happy. My second generation, my both the daughters are already in the business, and they take care of my business. Also, the professionalism like CEO and the CFO were already brought in the organization. CEO comes from multinationals, work with Sanofi, Novartis, Sandoz, all these multinationals, and this is the exposure he has. CFO has also worked 26, 27 years in the bigger organizations. So this is how we have strengthened. Now we decided, seeing after China Corona, there are good opportunities, there are possibilities of getting collaborated, and therefore we came to the investing investors in the market by way of public issue. Let me tell you, my vision is very clear. Though when people used to come to tell that you take private equity, I was very clear that we don't need any private equity since companies' financials are very strong. Once I take PE, that means I have to give one day the exit. So instead of that, we go directly to the investors in the public market. This is how now today we are with you. This is a 34 years story with you. And also let me tell you, while doing my own organization's entire 34 years, I was also taking care 24 years of India's chemical exports organization made by the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Capex. 27 billion exports I was taking care as a chairman for 24 years. I stepped down in 2019 March in the interest of my own organization, Supriya Lifescience Ltd, which was growing. So this is a small but 34 year life story which I have presented. If you have any questions, please do come, and I'm ready to answer your questions.
Great, sir. That was a fantastic introduction. I think it was a bit longish, but a very worthy introduction that you gave about the company and about yourself. I think your journey must have been really full of roller coasters and a lot of ups and downs through the last 20, 25 years. So just wanted to understand in what role are your daughters currently participating in the company, running the company?
See, they are taking care. Initially, they came and they were taking care of entire Southeast Asia, the regulatory area, that is Europe. Now, after taking care of this, now currently they are involved in day-to-day business also. Every 10th day they are visiting the plants. They are always on the VC. I have told my people that they must visit each and every customer. You can understand we have 1300 clients all over the globe. Visiting 1300 clients is a big task, but many of the countries prominent where the business is there, we always keep on visiting, meeting the customers, understanding the regulatory changes, what is happening in those countries. We widely participate in the world's biggest trade fair like CPHI. We are present for last 28 years. We started our journey with the same exhibition with 10 square meters. Very happy to say we reached up to 150 square meters. So this is how we take the exposures in the international exhibition. Even in China, we are present for last 18 years in the CPHI. The Indian CPHI, I'm very happy to tell you, was brought by me because Indian government wanted the pharmaceutical industries, the prestigious exhibition CPHI to be brought in India. This was the major work which I did, and that's how the CPHI came in India.
Great, sir. Sir, other than the product that you mentioned earlier, what are the other, if you can also introduce the other major molecules or major APIs that you are manufacturing at this point of time, and how big are you on on those molecules?
You can.
Yeah. So, well, I would like to take that question.
Yeah.
Currently, we have a product basket of about 38 APIs, which come from very niche therapeutic categories. So, the top three products that the company manufactures are chlorpheniramine maleate, which is antihistamine drug, salbutamol sulfate, which is an anti-asthmatic drug, and ketamine hydrochloride, which is an anesthetic drug. Other than this, we also have different therapies like vitamins, antihypertensives, decongestants. So very robust and a diversified product portfolio, I would say.
Got it. And just to make sure, as in, what is the market share that you have in these all these molecules?
So for chlorpheniramine maleate, out of the total exports from India, about 55% are done by us. For ketamine hydrochloride, about 65 to 70% of the exports from India are controlled by us. And for salbutamol sulfate, about 35 to 40% of the total exports from India are done by us.
And how did you manage to gain such a large market share from India?
So, one of the key reasons and the key strengths of the company, like our chairman rightly pointed out, is the focus of the company on penetration into the export markets and also into the more regulated markets. If you see, the company has a global presence across 86 countries and a large customer base of 1,300 customers. And in the last 5 7 years, the specific focus of the company has been in penetration into more regulated markets, and that is the reason why we have been able to gain such a large market share in these products. The other things that we are doing to support this leadership position is the fact that we manufacture these products at a very very significant scale. Also, the backward integrated business model that we have for all the top products which contribute to more than 70% of the revenue today, we are fully backward integrated. So I would say it's a combination of all these things that has led us to gain the leadership position.
Got it. And this backward integration. So earlier the dependence was more on China, I believe, and you have moved away from that dependence.
No, historically also, if you look at our total procurement, about 50% of that is indigenous,
Right.
50% is imports. And out of this 50%, 26% is imported from China. The balance is from the rest of the world. But one thing I would like to highlight here is that because we are backward integrated and we manufacture the products from basic chemicals, whatever we are procuring, even from China, are just basic chemicals. They are not any kind of advanced intermediates.
Got
And
it.
these basic chemicals are widely available across the globe. And in the last 2 years, we have really focused on developing alternate indigenous vendors also for, the KSMs that we are relying on China today.
So I just give you one
Yeah.
small thing. When I started in '92, I used to buy 2-chloropyridine, one of the important raw material from China. But then after a few years, I could understand that the largest producer of pyridine was in India, and that
Oh,
was Jubilant.
right.
That was Jubilant. You can understand. So Jubilant selling pyridine to China, and they used to make 2-chloropyridine. So then, for when I was on Chemex's platform as a chairman, I met the Jubilant owner, Mr. Bhatia, and I explained his entire team that you sell to pyridine and they make 2-chloropyridine. Why don't you start 2-chloropyridine? They came into 2-chloropyridine, and today I am very happy to say Jubilant is the largest producer of 2-chloropyridine in the entire world and supplying all over the globe. So this is how you can understand we have a passion that our own industry, Indian industry, how they should come and they should support and they should grow. This is also one of the vision of Supriya Life Science Limited and my own, which I always implement.
Great, great. Sir, so just wanted to understand more on this backward integration part. Do you expect further domestic sourcing of material that you can go for? How is that panning out? As in, can you go down to almost say less than 20% import dependence of raw material for yourself?
So, like I mentioned before, that in the last couple of years, the focus has been on reducing any dependence on import raw materials, which is also translated in the fact that previous years this percentage was about 30%. So, 30% of the raw materials we were buying from China, and now we have already reduced that dependence to 26%. With more and more indigenous source developing, we are quite confident that in the near future we would further reduce this dependence on imports.
Great, great. Uh, and just to understand, what is the total capacity of total all sorry, all APIs put together?
So currently, the total capacity that that the facility has is about 547 KL per day. Previously, we had 332 KL per day capacity, to which we have recently added a new production block, like our chairman mentioned, of
Yeah,
about 215. So as we stand today, it's about 547 KL per day. This is spread across four manufacturing blocks and seven clean rooms.
got it. And any new capex in the pipeline at this point of time?
Yes, out of the 200 crores that we would be raising as a fresh issue, out of that about 92 crores would be utilized for capex. This would mainly be utilized for capacity enhancements, because other than the top products, we also have a basket of other products that we would really like to scale up. Also, the new products that would be introduced into the portfolio by the R&D, we would like to scale up those products. So about 92 crores would be utilized for capacity enhancements, and like our chairman said, the overall infrastructural upgrades, like bringing a better and a bigger R&D, a new quality control lab, two new warehouses.
Got it. Just wanted to understand, sir, what is the philosophy behind entering into a new API manufacturing? Because, like I see, you have 38 products right now, 38 APIs, but only three make about 70% of your revenues, and the balance is very small. Okay, so you're just trying to understand, uh, is it not better to shuffle the portfolio, remove the APIs which are not scaling, and enter into new APIs, and what would be those new APIs that you would enter? If you can help us understand this part of the business mix.
So, well, the top three products that you rightly pointed out today contribute to about 54% of the total revenue. Having said that, like I mentioned before, there is a group of about 10, 12 products already in the portfolio that we have been manufacturing for over 5, 7 years. In the last 2, 3 years, like the top products, we have really focused on getting these products registered across the regulated markets.
Right.
And we will see a very large scale up of these products going forward. In fact, as we speak today, some of these products already are scaling up quite well. So I would say that probably in the next few years you will see a more de-risked kind of portfolio, wherein the contribution from the top three products, although these products remain growing, the top contribution from them would decline, and the other products would also be contributing equally to the portfolio.
If you would not mind mentioning at least top three of these 10, 12 molecules that you are looking to scale up.
So, some of the molecules that we are really looking to scale up are products like diphenhydramine hydrochloride, tramadol hydrochloride, dextromethorphan, allopurinol. There is a list of about 8, 10 products, riboflavin 5-phosphate sodium. These products already, we have started registering. For some of these, we have already received the USDMF numbers, the CEPs. Now it's only a matter of scaling these up.
Got it. And you already have capacities in place to manufacture these molecules?
Correct. So the current 547 KL capacity that we have should take care of all the scale ups that we are envisaging for this product portfolio.
Got it. And this capacity will translate into how much revenue potential for you?
Well, that is something that we really can't share at this point. But let me tell you that the company revenue in the last 4 years has grown from almost 285 crores to 396 crores for full year financial FY21. So that's a CAGR of about 17.7%. In fact, for the first half of FY22, we have done a top line of 230 crores with an EBITDA margin of 99 crores and a PAT of 66 crores. So I would say, because of the fundamentals of the company are so strong, and because the product portfolio is so strong, whatever growth we have seen historically is something that would be sustainable going forward.
Got it.
Yes.
Got it. Yeah.
As per you, what is the total market size for upcoming products which
Can
you
you,
are
your
planning?
voice is not clear.
As per you, what
Well, I'm sorry, you're
Yeah,
not.
yeah, yeah. What he's asking is, what is the total market size of the products that you are launching or that you are scaling up?
Well, the new products, some of the new products that I mentioned that we are currently scaling up, these have a very large market size. So products like diphenhydramine, dextromethorphan, allopurinol, currently they have a global size of about 1,000 metric ton plus. So that's a very large, current market size that we have.
And what is the capacity that you have in these chemicals?
Well, like I mentioned, while I cannot share specific details on the capacity of these products, like I mentioned, 547 KL is the current capacity that
Right.
we have, and you have to understand that this is a multi-product facility. So
Yeah.
any product that we introduce, I mean, we can scale it up as per the capacity available.
Got it. Got it. And even in the existing products mix that you have, the top three molecules, what is the total global market size of those products?
So, well, I would say that for the top three products also that we are manufacturing, for products like salbutamol sulfate and ketamine hydrochloride, there is still a very large potential for us to scale up further. Just to give you an example here, salbutamol sulfate total global market size, as indicated by some of the reports of CRISIL, is more than 250 to 300 metric ton, and today our total volumes are around 50 to 60 metric ton annually. So you can see that even for the top three products there is a good potential for further scale up.
And who would be your global competition in this space?
Well, I would say that there is no comparable competitor as such with Supriya. The only reason being that we have the scale of operations, very large scale of operations for these products. Also, the fact that we have the maximum number of regulatory approvals across the globe for these products. And we manufacture these products right from the basic stage. We are not outsourcing any kind of advanced intermediates like most of the other companies are doing. So, in that sense, and because of this business model that we have, I would say that we don't have any comparable competitors.
Got it. And in terms of the end use, okay, so I think your portfolio is very heavy on antihistamine, anti-asthma, and anesthetics and vitamins, right? These are the 4 or 5 things which you are really heavy on. Uh, the What's the philosophy of adding those new, or let's say scaling up those new products? Is there a common link with what the expertise you already have, or is it exploring a different part of the pharma chain?
Well, the goal has always been to keep on adding products and therapies which complement with the existing basket. Just to give you an example here, for our key product chlorpheniramine maleate, which is an antihistamine, some of the products in the portfolio like diphenhydramine hydrochloride goes in combination. Some of the new categories that we have launched, which is decongestant, dextromethorphan, goes in combination with this product because we already have proven our potential as a consistent supplier across 86 countries, and we have a very good and strong customer base with a lot of end users, multinationals across the globe. I think we have to leverage that and we have to add products into the portfolio which complement the existing basket. So tomorrow if one end user comes and audits the facility and does my vendor qualification, from me they can buy a good product or a good basket of products. That is what the intention has been on adding the new products as well.
Got it. And just wanted to understand more on the competitive intensity, in your line of products. Like you mentioned, you are one of the largest in the top three segments, sorry, in the top three molecules that you have. Um, what will what will bring in more competition? Or what would be the entry barriers to competition, whichever way, if you wish to answer the question.
See, let me tell you, competition is not a big issue for us. You see, in the last 2 years, what has happened? These suppliers have not been able to deliver because of the China.
Mm.
Many of the intermediates people keep on buying from China, and they end of the day, the price supply is getting disrupted. In case of Supriya, what has happened? We are globally present in 86 countries. You can see our customer base is around about more than 1,300 customers. So it's a very big base. And in 35 years, we have made a confidence as far as the quality, consistency, and the sustainability is there. So the customers, in fact, in the last few months, I have been talking to many of the customers, like big multinationals and big organizations. What they have decided, they have a plan. Instead of having a lot of vendors, they want to restrict the vendors now. They have started calling the existing vendor and seeing how much he is supplying. Suppose if he is supplying two, then they come and ask, can you supply few more APIs? So we are curtailing our vendor list. Now they are looking for quality and consistent suppliers. So here the confidence is being created by Supriya Life Science Limited with the customers, and that too also with 78% export. You can understand the customers are having maximum the confidence is being created by Supriya Life Science Limited. In this particularly Corona period, you know, the container shortage, the steamers are not coming, but Supriya never had been asking any price change or anything. We were continuously delivering, and due to the consistency and without any demand of excess of amount, also the customer were voluntarily asking that the freight has gone up. Do you want us to share the freight 50% with us? So this is how the relations with us and the customer. Some of the customer, in fact, they always say that Supriya is a JV company with them itself. They say that they have fundamental relations with Supriya Life Science Limited, and they feel that this own their own company.
Great, sir. That was a fantastic answer. As in, it just helped us understand how deeply involved you are with your customers, which only propels the business further. Actually, so help.
I had a one
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Can go ahead.
pharma company in the listed place you are the most. Yes,
You have a Bluetooth problem, Kenil. It's okay. It's okay. Just send me the question on the chat. I'll ask them. Yeah, great, great. Thank you so much, sir. Just wanted to understand more on the margins front. Okay, so you have been making stellar margins over the last few years. Uh, and I believe you would also be one of the lowest cost producers, which has probably helped you to capture so much of market share, right? So can you just help us understand what has driven this kind of a financial performance? As in, how have you been able to bring down your costs better than the competition? And how have you been able to gain so much of an EBITDA margin, or let's say margin improvement over the last few years?
So, well, one of the key reasons for the high margins, like you rightly pointed out, the EBITDA has gone up from almost 72 crores in FY19 to 178 crores for full year FY21. And like I mentioned before, for even the first half of FY22, we have done an EBITDA of about 99 crores. So it's at almost about 44 to 45%. The key reason for the drive in the margin is our focus and penetration into regulated markets, and I would say that has purely driven the margins. Till about 2015-16, we were focusing on getting these products registered across Europe, US, and the other regulated markets like Latin America. We have started getting all the approvals from 2017. So from 2017, the company has started, its penetration into more regulated markets. If you look at our share, it has gone up in regulated markets from 30% to 38% for full year FY21. And for the first half, it has even gone up to 49%. So I think this strategy has really worked for the company.
Great. That was again very helpful to understand. So based on your balance sheet today, you guys have about 145 crores of net assets. About I think about two. You all have doubled your capex in the last 3 years, if I'm not wrong. From 90 crores, you all have gone to like 178, 180 crores, and about 35 crores is work in progress at this point of time. This entire capex addition, what has been driving this entire capex addition?
Well, as stated earlier by Dr. Wag as well as by Saloni, earlier till FY20, FY21 in fact, our total capacity was 332 KL.
Right, right, right.
In,
Yeah,
in the first quarter of FY22, we came up with the fourth manufacturing block, which added about 215 KL. So the total capacity of the company as things stand today is about 547 KL. And the major capex which has happened is in the H1 FY22, which is about 70 crores. Yeah, that was primarily towards the fourth manufacturing block which has come. Yeah.
got it, got it.
And the
Okay,
work in progress, as we have already mentioned, there is a lot of infrastructure upgrade which is happening at the plant in terms of the admin building, the R&D facility, the lab,
okay.
and the QA and the QC, and the warehousing. So that is primarily towards that. Yeah.
And another 90 crores is what you're adding, right? Further onto this capex
Yes,
through this
that's
IPO.
towards the next manufacturing block, which we call as
Okay,
the E block. Yeah, as well as towards further infrastructure upgrades like the ETP, boiler, and other facilities which are coming up. Yeah.
and this additional 90 crores will help you to expand capacity by how much then?
Well, that's something which is not mentioned in the RHP, so I'm not at the liberty to mention that at this point of time. But that will be a very significant scale up in operations on that front as well. Yeah.
Got it, got it. So basically, you all have enough and more to basically capture at this point of time, which is driving the entire capex, basically.
One thing I will definitely tell you now, the first, the promoter honesty.
Yeah,
Second, never taken the money from the books. Entire money which earned for last 34 years has been invested in the company back.
right.
So that's the key strength of the organization and value given to the customers for developing the relations with them and going into more and more new areas when the expenses are also very high, but continuously following with the regulatory team, asking them to register the products. Till today also I can tell you 7 products we are supposed to penetrate into China market. As I told you, each API is costing 2 crores. Many of the Indian companies I have seen always been telling that the Chinese end users asking that you pay the charges for registrations, but our philosophy and our vision is so clear, doesn't matter. We will spend this, and I am very happy to tell you, Government of India from the Ministry of Commerce gives us minimum 2.5 crore rupees for the registration charges subsidization. This is also helping all the organizations, and we regularly been taking the advantage of it.
Got it. Great, sir. So, just to come down finally to the cash flows. So, you'll have generated tremendous cash flows, as I can see, close to 165 and 80, almost around 240, 45 crores of cash flows in the last 3 years. Um, and all of that has gone into capex, as I believe. So going forward, also depending upon how you generate the cash flows, it will drive your capex programs. And I don't believe you all will take any debt from here on onwards as well. Correct?
Well, in the past, whatever debts we had taken from the bank, we have prepaid those loans. Okay,
Right.
and
Okay.
after that, whatever cash surplus that you're seeing in the business, as on September FY22, uh, we were sitting on a cash surplus of roughly around 105, 108 crores.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
with every passing year, obviously that's going to add up. The company definitely has okay in terms of both growth as well as rewarding the investors. So depending upon the situation at that point of time, the board of directors will take a call as to how to utilize the cash surplus which is generated in the business. But yes, historical evidence you can definitely see. Yeah.
Just a very intriguing question. You are holding almost 100% of the company. Okay. Very cash rich business, frankly. Very much lot of growth out there. You already have 100 crores on your balance sheet, and about you will generate more than 100 crores in cash flows every year. Why the need to IPO? Actually, just trying to understand that.
See, let me tell you, it was a vision of mine
Okay.
that I started from small. I want to be a big. And when you want to be a big, there are a lot of opportunities today, after China plus one, that many companies would like to leave China and come to the different countries. India has a great chance. So looking and focusing that, we decided that from small to middle scale, from middle to bigger scale, it's a transition. And
Uh,
there are a lot of opportunities we are talking across the table every day. So we need to go for the capital market, establish our name in the capital market, get the confidence of the investors, and do the best whatever you take from the investors and deliver them the best. This is the philosophy and the principles on the vision we have come to the capital market.
Great, sir. That's a great question, sir. And I think we are done with our questions. Kenil, if you have any question, let me know.
Any
Uh,
company you admire the most in the listed peer space for pharma API?
Well, in terms of admiration, definitely, Davis is one company that we really admire because of the way they have grown. There are very few pure play API companies left in the pharma sector, and they are one of those. And the way they are operating, the way they are advancing into the therapeutic segments, the CDMO space, I think there is definitely a lot to learn from them.
Great. That was a great session, sir. It was really wonderful and helpful for us to understand your company in a bit more detail. Most likely, we'll try and connect with you, and probably, if possible, we'll also like to try and visit your facility sometime whenever possible. But fantastic session. Thank you so much for this.
Thank you so
Thank
much for
you.
having us.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
Thank
so much
you.
for
Thank
your time also.
thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm sure you will deliver a good message to the investors also.
Yeah. This will go on to the YouTube, so everyone will basically see your vision.
See, what my vision is that the message should go, this entrepreneurship which should never end,
Yeah. Yeah.
because
Yeah.
India has grown on entrepreneurship. Today, let me tell you just 2 minutes that when I was taking care of the entire pharma and chemicals on Chemexil as the chairman, then pharma got separated from me. It was $64 billion business, and out of 64, $32 billion were coming from small and medium scale.
Wow.
You
Okay.
can appreciate how much revenue is coming,
Yeah.
and not only revenue, the employment is also being taken by these people.
Right.
We do have large 32 billion, but large, they go for automation because they have a lot of money. But these small, they don't have money, so they keep on employing the money, the employment, and that's how they take bigger part in employment and earning also the foreign exchange and the taxes to government of India.
Perfect. Perfect. Great, sir. That was wonderful understanding of the business. And thank you so much for joining this session with us. We'll definitely touch
Thank you.
base with you again. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so
again.
much.
Thanks
Thank
a lot.
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
Thank you
Yeah.
very much.
Bye
Thanks,
bye.
Tejas.
Thank you,
Thanks,
team.
Kenil, for this
Thank you.
opportunity.
Thanks. Thanks.